So out of the 4 whole characters in Combatants, it's pretty clear that Scorpion is one of the strongest. I mean, seriously, the fusions are good, the moveset is strong, you have an ability that pulls people across the map. It's just so powerful. It's evident by how many of the top players actually play Scorpion. So, how do they play him? Well, luckily for you, I've got... Sub-Zero is one of the 4 currently playable characters in Combatants, but I'm sure you're fully aware of that at this point. So, you see this silly cold guy with snowflakes. How do you actually play him? Well, let's start off by going over the moves. So let's start off with Ice Shard. Now, this is going to be one of your most important moves in the moveset. It does splash damage, it's a projectile, it ragdolls and it guard breaks. It is easily one of the most versatile moves in your kit. To pair with the Ice Shard, you have the Frostbite Blitz. Now, while it's not ranged, it definitely has just as important of a role in the moveset, if not even more so. The Ice Rain's pretty self-explanatory. It's just another long-range thing. It's kind of like a bunch of little ice shards. The Ice Slam is there. It's a big slam. It's AoE. I don't really know what more to say about it other than it's not the best move. Coming in after Ice Slam is Ice Slide. It's also pretty self-explanatory. This and Ice Slam are 2 moves that you don't want to use very much, and I'll explain why later. The Glacial Uppercut's a pretty mid-tier move. It's just a really fancy M2, and it just does a little more damage. Now, why would I tell you to stay away from 2 of Sub-Zero's moves? They look good on paper, and they can be good situationally. Well...
Open up a hole, open up a hole.
Bring that false god ass here, boy! Yeah! What you gonna do about it, bitch? And for that reason, I recommend staying away from using Ice Slam and Ice Slide as an attacking move. Not just because of the fusion, but also because they're harder to hit and they're pretty easy to punish. But with all of these moves, what can you really do? Well... What the fuck? What the fuck? Why am I in the air? What is happening? But everyone's so different! What do I do if I'm playing against someone with a brain? Here's a little list of tips for fighting against each character. I'm not gonna go super in-depth with it because everybody plays so differently, but this is just like a general idea of what you want to do. I can't fucking talk, bro. Oh yeah. Also, make sure you're using your fusions. Both of these are excellent moves, but I think it's obvious which one I prefer using. And you know, if I wanted to get really technical, I could talk a little bit about Sub-Zero's passive, but honestly, I just don't feel it that much in actual gameplay, and I don't think it's super important to talk about in this video in particular. So yeah, Sub-Zero's a lot of fun, but it's definitely going to take a little bit of getting used to, just like every other character in the game. It's something you kind of need to get a feel for on your own. A few minutes with your local Cynet will get you used to everything, and if you do that, I recommend going up into the settings and turning on hitboxes so you can kind of see how the moves connect with one another. Now, I know this video is kind of all over the place, disjointed and not super in-depth, but honestly, this isn't a game you can go super in-depth with just with description. I believe that every player should have their own playstyle, and I'm just trying to give you tips on how to get started and what to try and look for, which is also why I don't particularly speak of the evasives. They all fulfill their own purpose and support their own playstyle, so make sure you experiment. Now go on, get out there and have some fun. Make up your own little combos and show those other players who the real Cold King is. I can't
But what you heard, I'm tripping over myself like words. Everyone always so focused on first. Cannot be self-aware, you are the worst. Almighty, you gotta be trying to start. If you talk down